Good morning and welcome to Mission Control Houston and Space Station Live. The three members of the Expedition 36 crew are now more than halfway through their day, having started at 1 a.m. Central Time. They are NASA flight engineer Chris Cassidy and Russian flight engineer Alexander Masurkin and Expedition 36 commander Pavel Vinogradov. The crew is currently simulating with the team here on the ground an emergency on board the station so that they can practice running through their emergency procedures. The crew performs these sorts of drills periodically to keep their training fresh so that they'll be prepared in the case of a real emergency. Today, the emergency being simulated is pneumonia leak inside the space station. During the exercise, they do physically move through the space station and actually take shelter in their Soyuz, which would act as their escape vehicle in the event of emergency. And they also actually close the hatch on the Soyuz to ensure that there would be no hang-ups in the event that they actually needed to do so. The drill also puts both sides of the equation, the ground and the crew, through the paces on their decision-making abilities and allows them to practice the communication and coordination needed between the ground teams in Houston and Moscow, which would be required in a real emergency. Besides this test, the crew has had a full day of activity so far. On the Russian side of the station, Commander Pavel Vinogradov and Flight Engineer Alexander Masurkin have spent their morning working with exercise equipment on the Russian side of the space station. Yesterday, they removed and disassembled an old treadmill called the TVIS, or Treadmill with Vibration Isolation and Stabilization. And today, they're replacing it with a new T2 treadmill designed to work without power and be more reliable than its predecessor. On the U.S. side of the station, Flight Engineer Chris Cassidy started the day by opening the window shutters on the Destiny Laboratory for the iServe experiment, or the ISS Server Environmental Research and Visualization System. That's an automated system that will help engineers on the ground gain experience and expertise in automated data acquisition from the space station, while also providing useful images of the Earth below. He performed routine maintenance on the station's potable water dispenser and advanced resistive exercise device. That's the zero-gravity equivalent of a weightlifting machine. And once this emergency drill is over, he's scheduled to start work on the capillary flow experiment to investigate how fluids move up surfaces in microgravity and perform an eye exam on itself.